What up?
What's going on, you guys?
It's the Flash.
It's the Flash.
He was never late. He's always on time. Good to go, man. How you guys doing? We had a fantastic weekend.
Yes,
this past weekend. That was awesome. But how are you guys doing this week? Still kind of getting back into the groove of things, or?
I'm always in the groove of things.
Always in the groove. Always in the groove. We had a fire show on Tuesday. The three of us plus Allie. That was really good. We got to talk to Ray Porter.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Porter. That's always good. And today we have a great guest. We have a great guest today.
We have a fantastic guest today. We'll get into a little bit. We also, all of us sort of, let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. We all got, can I do it? Yes, I can. Can I put it up on the one I want? Hang on one second because I'm sharing the screen. I got like 3 screens going. It doesn't want to do it. Never mind. We saw Army of the Dead this past week in theaters together, and my stupid computer doesn't want to work. So never mind. I have a picture of all 3 of us. I posted on the same one I posted on Twitter. I was gonna show everybody, but it doesn't matter. Go check my Twitter out. You'll see all 3 of us in the same theater, munching down on popcorn and M&Ms, and it was pretty dope. So, but we do have our special guest this week, Kirsten from Insider, and she's backstage. Let me go ahead and bring her out. What up?
Hey guys.
How's it going? How you doing?
I'm great. As I was mentioning to you guys, there's a little bear in the background right now because I just moved into a new apartment, but settling in.
Now, Kirsten, you're on the West Coast now. Is that right?
Yeah. I tell you guys I was like stuck out here during the pandemic last year, and then I wound up loving it. I went back to Jersey at the end of last year, and now I'm here.
You're back.
Man, that's a lot of traveling. That's back and forth. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It was nerve-wracking, honestly. I did not really care to do a lot of that during the pandemic. It was a little scary.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Understandable.
Well, let me jump into the comments real quick. We got Lewis says, "What's up, guys?" Or as Nickatina likes to ask, Luis. It's Lewis. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it one of these weeks. Jesse Allen's, good on ya. He's in the chat there. My purchase fiddle, Mr. Purchase.
Waking up, Tom. I reckon.
So catch one of our streams that we did this past weekend. We about lost it when we tried to do Australian accents. We're horrible at it. Really bad. But it was pretty bad, but it was funny. Fear Jason, what's up, guys? Daniel, hey guys, what's going on? Mr. Purchase Fiddle says, hey. Fear Jason says, hi, Kirsten. Hi. Lewis says, hi, Kirsten. Miss Iggy says, hey guys. Geek Studios is in the house, says, hi, Kirsten. Jesse Allen says, hey, Lewis. He's talking to everybody but us. And Geek says, yo, Jesse. So he's talking to them. So anyway, so how many times have you seen Army of the Dead so far?
I've seen it twice, but I haven't seen it in a movie theater yet. I was going to go tonight, but then I switched around some plans, and I'm going to see it sometime in the next few days with a few people. What is it like? I'm jealous that you guys saw it in a theater.
Yeah, it's fire.
It was interesting to see a Netflix movie in the theater.
Yeah,
so that was an interesting, different experience. I mean, it was made by a Hollywood director that's done movies that go on the big screen, silver screen. Anyway, but it was interesting to see that sort of logo pop up there.
Yeah. Okay, I was wondering that if you get the little bum.
I don't think it did that.
No, it didn't.
You saw it.
You saw the end. It didn't do the boom like all the shows normally do, but it did have the Netflix logo the same way as well. Yeah. But this is huge though, because I mean, here you have a streaming platform putting out a movie that probably was not going to be in theaters to begin with, and now it is, and it's done really well. I mean, obviously, look, I think the idea was always there, but once the pandemic hit, everyone probably thought, okay, well, it's probably going to go straight to streaming now, and without even a chance. But we got a chance to see it, and it was awesome.
And we weren't the only ones in the theater. There were other people in there.
It was packed.
It was
full of Texans. Full of Texans.
Go Texans. So it was pretty awesome. So did you watch it with your brother? That's one of the main questions.
That's no, I actually watched it. I watched it the first time alone, and then I watched it the second time with my mom, actually, because she watched The Walking Dead together a lot.
Right. She wasn't like,
I thought this was a
romantic comedy.
I will say because I saw it the first time without her, because you guys know how it begins, and I don't know how much we should spoil it all, because I know that Netflix did put the first 15 minutes online. I made sure that I kind of like walked out of the room for like the first, like the opening scene, because I was like, I don't want to sit here. So.
Oh, that's why Dawson wasn't with us, and also that he's the reason. It's the reason why he's not with us today is because it was just zombie boobs, and he's really uncomfortable about zombie boobs.
The undead breasts did him in.
He almost got up and left.
Dead nips are a no-go for the Weidrich household. So
we almost had like some other zombie.
But it was really cool, though. I mean, I love the intro of the movie. I love how it played out, how it kind of told the story of. It briefly kind of told the story of what was happening in that city, and the way it told it as well. I just thought it was really cool. It was a lot of fun. The music was really great. The sound effects, the action, everything about it was just really fun. It was such a fun movie to watch, especially in the theater.
Yeah.
You guys, you're really rubbing in the fact that I have not seen it.
I forgot.
The lounging back in those recliners. Being able to watch it with
popcorn
with other people. Yeah. Just that atmosphere. It was just really good.
What was interesting too was that when we went there, Anthony and I were like, dude, first thing we're gonna do is buy some popcorn, right? So we go up there and I order popcorn, and I'm like, let me get a medium popcorn and a medium soda, right? I'm like, whatever. I should have got a large, but so I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. And I look over, and what do they have? They have the tin off to the side. They have these tin buckets from Wonder Woman 84, and she's not using that. And I was like, hey, can I get one of those? She goes, you have to get a medium. What did I order? You ordered a medium. Okay. And I'm like, what about the soda? Because they had a cup too, a plastic cup. And I was like, hey, can I get the soda too? What did you order? Oh, you ordered a medium. Yeah, I can do that. I was like, dude, really? Come on.
She wasn't used to people. She was like,
but it shows you how long they've been closed for. I mean, they had those cups there since November?
December.
Yeah, because it didn't really play that much. It did play in the theaters, but not. I'm sure not that many people went to the theater.
It's been closed,
Yeah.
They probably had tickets. Because remember, the movie was supposed to come out in June.
Yes, they had that stock.
I mean, they had like I saw in the stores they had like Dorito bags and all stuff, with like Gal Gadot on the Dorito bag, and I was like, oh, they're not going to show it. So I was like, oh well. Hey, at the end of the day, it was a wash. They made their money. So, so I guess what were your initial thoughts? I know you've seen it, multiple times, so I know you liked it. It was good reception. But what was your because you're a big Walking Dead fan.
Yes.
And this is starkly different from Walking Dead, although you do still aim for the head, and everybody's awesome at shooting in the head. So, everybody's a marksman.
Yeah, they really are.
I had so many.
Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder when he's just like shooting, not paying attention.
I had so many initial thoughts by the time it was over. I felt like Andre, you hit a bit on like the tropes of the zombie genre, and something that I loved that the film did in the beginning was that it was like, we're aware that you probably know what goes on in a zombie universe. So we're going to fast forward through all that stuff. We're going to fast forward through the early days of the pandemic and not slow things down. Let's get to the interesting part. I love that. I loved that Zach gave us sympathetic zombies. And 10 seasons of The Walking Dead. And I feel like, no offense to The Walking Dead, like obviously that is my baby, but the zombies just there's no growth there with them. Like they're just
they've peaked. They've peaked.
Yeah, it's like they peaked like back. Like there's no development there with them at all anymore. So I love
and their bodies have like survived for so long. It's like, wait a minute, isn't there like a rule of decay to where they wouldn't be there anymore?
Maybe like
you have to keep getting fresh zombies.
If anything, they would just be crawling along, right? Because
it would just be body parts on the ground, like walking skeletons. But I mean, but they did have those kind of things built in the movie too, where the kind of cliche zombie kind of lore was kind of built into it as well, which that was pretty cool.
I love though, and I don't know if you guys thought about this while you were watching it. The hierarchy of the zombies is basically the same as the Game of Thrones, like Night King and Whites, right? Yeah. So like we have the Night King who has like his army of more competent soldiers, and then you have like if the Night King bites someone, they become one of his soldiers, and then if the soldiers bite someone, they become a White. And it was the same exact deal in Army of the Dead, and I thought that was I was like, oh. Did he just take the Night King concept and like make him kind of cooler? Because, after 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, I think all of us were let down a bit during the final season when like the Night King didn't get to like do anything at the end. And then it was like, well, we're going to go and take this zombie king and he's going to go and like do his thing. So I like felt myself kind of like rooting for Zeus and for the zombie queen at some part. And then the other big thing that I really loved about this film, and I don't know how much we should get into like spoiler territory, but I'll just say I don't preface this with I mean this in the best way possible. I had like Suicide Squad vibes, like if Suicide Squad was good,
right?
Because, I wasn't.
You kind of had that team building up, that kind of ragtag team of mercenaries.
It's just they were fighting zombies, not putties.
Right. Well, I think it's more, how the marketing is for James Gunn's Suicide Squad, and it's like, don't get too attached to anyone. Like you literally could have used that same marketing for this film, and I wasn't expecting.
No, that's actually pretty good. The Bet on Dead was cool, but like, don't put your, don't place your bets on whoever, or anybody.
Don't bet on dead. So that's the catchphrase.
No, bet on dead.
Oh, bet.
So, now that we're here, it was only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time.
And
I feel smaller now that I'm down here.
You are smaller. How'd that happen?
I mean, I am shorter than the two of you. Anthony's like a giant. He looks like the Rock.
He's a giant. We got to hang on his arms when we went out drinking.
Yeah, and, he carried us back like this.
That did not happen, Kirsten. Okay, so just don't listen. Don't listen to them. Don't listen.
What was funny is like after a few drinks, like he actually started to protect us. I felt sort of like
I felt safe.
What's her name from Bodyguard?
Yeah, Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston. Yeah, I felt like Whitney Houston from Bodyguard. I was like,
I felt so safe. I was like, man, I feel protected.
I had no care in the world. I was like, let's buy another round because it was awesome.
That is a very good movie.
It's a good movie, yeah.
What, The Bodyguard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bodyguard's a great movie.
It's fine.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
There it is. Yes. Bet on it.
Jesus Christ. Chill in the comments. Y'all are.
Anthony's Hercules. Oh man.
Yes. He's our Hercules. He was our Hercules. We had a great time. It was very fun.
It was fun.
But yeah, so I guess after talking with Zack Snyder, did you have certain expectations for the movie? Did that shift? Did that change what you were expecting? Like after you had gone through the interview with him, like were you more hyped for it because of that? Because you learned so much.
So I spoke to Zack after I saw the movie.
Oh, after? Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's even better.
All right. So let's hear a little bit more about that.
Well, It's really funny because I haven't shared this with anyone yet, so I guess this is an exclusive for you guys.
Oh,
exclusive!
We don't have exclusive.
No, I didn't share this in writing because I knew that it would be taken out of context, just like the chair interview that I've seen going around. Have you seen the Zack Snyder chair thing? Anyway, there at the very start of our interview, I said to Zach, I was like, so I knew going into this movie to expect it to be like Ocean's 11 meets zombies, but I also wasn't expecting that you were basically beating Warner Brothers to the punch this year by like releasing a version of the Suicide Squad. And he started laughing hysterically. And he was like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't stop making Groot movies. And I was like, no, what's wrong with you? But I thought it was really funny that, and I said to him, I was like, I don't know if anyone's made that comparison yet to you. And he was like, no one has. So I don't know if I'll release that little bit, but I kind of wanted to wait until after people saw it.
But I do see the parallels now in the Suicide Squad and his movie, and because they all had different backgrounds, they all had different histories, with the zombie apocalypse. If you want, were they zombies? I don't know. Were they? They were more like infected.
In what?
In Army of the Dead. I guess you'll have to watch it tomorrow to find out, everybody.
Yeah.
But
Nickatine's getting into spoiler country.
I know. Yeah. I just dashed out of it, but I can see the parallels definitely, and that's cool that he answered it that way as well.
It was literally the first thing that I said to him when we started speaking, and he just started laughing and cracking up. So, and then we spoke about like everything else. So we spoke about like how he came up with the sympathetic zombies and why he wanted to do that. And yes, the chair thing is stupid. I feel like people look at Zach and they're like, what is the one thing that we can find to like nitpick about? And we're treating as a villain. So I'm trying to think of some of the other like fun. I mean, basically my whole pitch to wanting to speak to him was because, this movie was originally supposed to be at Warner Brothers.
Yeah, like 8 years ago, right?
Back in the day, like 2007, and Zach wasn't even supposed to direct it. It was just an idea that he had, and I wanted to learn more about that. Like, why did it never get, picked up off the ground at Warner Brothers? And he was like, well, it was like too expensive, I guess, to do like what we wanted to do. And then he mentioned that, they could just like never figure out the story creatively. He was like, they gave it one read, and I think that it was like too expensive. And then they came back around a few years later, and they just, still didn't want it. So it just sat on their shelves and gathered dust. And then a few years ago, Zach had a meeting with Netflix, and they said to him, hey, what do you want to work on? And he was like, so
we got money.
Right. So he was like, well, I have this little passion project, that I really wanted to like do. And they, he kind of just told them about it really quick off the cuff about zombies and stuff. And they're like, love it. And, the only problem was that it was over at Warner Brothers. And I guess it really wasn't a problem because they just said, we'll go buy it or we'll go get the distribution rights to it. Let's do this. And I thought
Warner was like, no, it has a tiger. We don't want to get in trouble with PETA. So.
But you know what they did? They did the tiger actually completely digitally. Did you know? So PETA would actually be happy with that. And I know that because I've written before about Shiva on The Walking Dead, which is also digitally. And PETA like reached out to me and they're like, thanks for like promoting like this digital tiger. I was like,
digital tiger.
But I don't know if you guys know this, but the tiger that they modeled the one.
Yes. Carol Baskin.
And they didn't know at the time that she was like working on this Netflix docuseries, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, I know about cameras. We're like doing some little Netflix thing." But yeah, back to Zach. He was I can't remember. I got off on a tangent a bit, but yeah, he was really. I'm trying to think of one of the other things that we saw. Oh, so we were talking about, how it wound up at Netflix and stuff. And I had asked him, because it's been my theory for a long time that Netflix has been looking to get its skin in the zombie game. And I say that because the first 9 seasons of The Walking Dead stream on there. It is the way that a lot of the Walking Dead family rewatches the show every year. It's how I rewatch the show. It's easy. It's easy access. And I believe that it remains one of their most popular shows. And I think that they were like, how do we do our own, how do we do our own thing that's original? And if you look, like they've been trying to do like their own things. There's Black Summer, like because some of the Walking Dead families told me, like, Kirsten, if you watch Black Summer, you have to watch Black Summer. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, what is Black Summer? And then, which is like, it's like fine. And then Daybreak was on for 1 season on Netflix and they canceled it. Glory to Diet, which I loved with Drew Barrymore. They canceled that after its 3rd season. And now there's this show called Sweet Home. Like, they've kind of gone more into like the anime angle and stuff. But yeah, I asked Zach, I was like, so did they basically hear your idea and go, oh my gosh, this is the guy who can build out our zombie franchise and like,
do
this. And it sounded like, I mean, I don't know if he was playing coy or if like he was hearing that for the first time and no one ever asked him that or like connected those dots, but he was like, I mean, no, but that sounds awesome and that would be cool. They already have you like doing a prequel movie, like you already have the prequel movie in the can. You have a prequel animated series, and he also told me that he already has sequel ideas that he and Shay Hatton, his co-writer, his writing partner, have already like figured out in his head that they're just waiting to, I guess, be greenlit. Or maybe after it premieres this weekend, maybe we'll hear a wink, wink. By the way, yes,
sure, we're waiting for that announcement. So. That'd be very
see, and that would be more rewarding as well. Is that the movie comes out, it's a success, and right away they say, hey, guess what? You're going to get more of Army of the Dead in that universe, and you're going to get this, you're going to get that, you're going to get this, you're going to get that, and unfortunately, his other project, Zack Snyder's Justice League, that whole Snyderverse has yet to get that same type of announcement, which we all hope that it does, but he's not going to wait around. And I'm glad to see that he's staying busy, with Netflix, and that he's creating this world, and it just seems like it's so much fun. I can't wait to see what he puts out for a sequel and for spinoffs and for prequels. It's gonna be really cool.
He seemed so happy, like he lit up anytime that you asked him about something Army of the Dead related. And at the very end of our conversation, I asked him about Restore the Snyderverse, and like you could break it down into a GIF or like several frames. Like he went through a range of emotions and like started shaking his head. And like I tweeted out the clip.
I saw that.
And it was weird because like in the moment I wasn't like paying attention to his facial expressions. I was like trying to look at the camera, right? So I didn't see this until later on when they sent me the video interview. But you could just it looked like he was remembering like trauma before he answered. And,
so we actually have that here.
Oh yeah,
little clip. So the Insider article is this one that you penned, or is this someone else's?
Yes, she did. Right there.
Because I didn't see. Oh, there it is. I'm an idiot. It was right there above the picture.
You already knew that, Ryan. We already knew that you were an idiot.
And I was like, where the hell is it? I was like, it's such a Nickatina move. So anyway,
it says it right there. How did you miss it?
Where? I don't see it.
Scrolling, now it's gone.
And there's
scrolling. Okay, so we have this part here, and I guess we can play this without getting copyright struck.
Do you feel like you've left the superhero genre behind now? Are you done with it? And is this your baby now? I know that your fans are so passionate about restoring the Snyderverse, but is that something that would even make you happy at this point? Like there just seems to be some bad blood there. So what?
I mean, the truth is that Warner Brothers, they've been pretty clear, I think, with this sort of the concept that like they're not interested in Zack Snyder take on the DC universe. That's just that's not conjecture. That's me just that they say that directly. So. But of course, they also said that they had no interest and/or were never going to release the Snyder Cut of Justice League. So that's But do I love those characters and do I love that world? Yes. I don't know how to necessarily continue in that world, but I do love those guys. And by the way, those are my good friends who play those parts. So it's a little bit. I don't want to say it's sad, but it is what it is.
So when you were in the interview, were you like, are you on set, or did you realize? Did he tell you, hey, this is actually, I'm showing this off?
His background is fire, is what he's trying to say. The background.
Yeah, he's like, yo, yeah, I'm not actually here, but I'm showing this technology off, and nobody's really going to pick up on this until somebody actually picks up on this. That I'm using that sort of that compositing technology.
Yeah, you know what? Gosh, I wish I now asked him a bit more about that, because I knew going into the interview that he was going to be on some sort of set. They asked me, they being Netflix or the third party people who are working at Netflix rather. They were like, hey, we're going to try to do this. It's actually, this is an interesting, a tiny interesting story, because I was trying to get Zach for a while to see if he would do something on this, and they asked me to pitch a few different things. So I pitched one, talking to him about how this landed at Netflix. And then the second thing that I pitched was I actually drew photos. And I did, does Zach want to do a zombie 101 with me, where he explains how his zombies work in this universe, because that's something that's fascinating to me as someone who covers The Walking Dead. And I'm going to pretend that he saw the sketches and was like, I want to talk to that girl, but I don't want to talk to her about that. But he probably didn't see the sketches. I thought that they were never going to email me back after I emailed them some sketches. They're just, I don't have them on me, or I would show.
Who are these stick figures?
Yeah.
Stick figures. I can actually draw, but I didn't have a lot of time right then, but I know that Zach storyboards, so I felt like if there was some chance that he could see it, he would get it. Maybe he would get it. I don't know. And, what was the question? Because I can't stop off the rest.
And he was like, "And who draws the crayon?" Honestly, no. So no, but
she did the watercolors.
Yeah, the watercolors, the paint by numbers.
No, but I mean, that's really cool that you even went to those lengths to send them those pictures, to kind of show hey, look, to stand out, and that's really awesome.
I feel like you have to. Oh, you were asking about the background.
Yes, the LED screens, yeah.
Right. So when I was picked for interview, they were like.
She's like, I drew those.
I actually, that was all me. I was like, I have this idea. What if I know?
I was the inspiration for the apocalypse.
Wow, I don't think I took that around. I was the inspiration for the apocalypse.
I was told that they were actually considering having a handful of journalists on this virtual set with Zach to then do the interview. And I told them, I was like, that sounds so cool, but I'm not going to be back in California. Just reading the comments. So I told them I was going to be back in California in time, so I didn't think that was going to work out, unfortunately. And then they got back to me and they were like, well, what if we did a Zoom? Because maybe other journalists weren't into this. And I say this because, have you guys seen any other interviews go out where Zach's wearing that outfit? I haven't. Maybe there are.
I don't think I've seen it either.
The V-neck definitely, but the outfit itself, no, I have not seen that before.
Yeah, the fatigue.
Oh, hold up. Was he on the thing that just came out today? The pictures where he was taking pictures for
what was that show?
No, it wasn't a show.
I saw it.
He did
some kind of popcorn thing.
No.
He's talking about Barstool?
No.
What's wrong with them?
Zach literally took pictures like a model.
He took pictures like a model?
Where? On Vero?
No. Let me find it. Okay, hold on. Let me find it.
That's not helping us.
I think that I sent an image from the interview to my brother's girlfriend and to my brother, and they were just like, he kind of looks like Miami Vice dad or something, and I was like, I thought he looked great. So
Let's see. I can't find it. I saw something today.
No, those backgrounds are really, really cool, though. Those screens, how they're able to use those. And I know that they use them on The Mandalorian as well.
That's what you're asking about. And I was like, guys, I wish I knew. Like, dummy, why didn't you ask?
That was like afterwards, in hindsight, they're like, "Oh, did you ask about the screens?" You're like, "Damn it!" You're like, "Yeah, but we were talking about something else."
It's like, I felt, and I think if I did ask, I'm sure Zach would have lit up and he would have been like, telling me all about that. But we had like 15 minutes to talk, so if I asked about that, we wouldn't have probably spoken about Justice.
Exactly right.
And one of the key points from that interview that that you just conducted, we just watched that little snippet, was that he kept saying Warner Brothers. He didn't say AT&T. He didn't say HBO Max. He didn't say anything else because they're the ones that even today, Warner Brothers was like, we didn't even watch the cut that he had, or not. They didn't say that. Zach did. He was like, yeah, they didn't watch my cut. So, and Emmerich was like, yeah, I watched it, whatever. But apparently that wasn't so. So. Yeah, I mean, it was just like, yeah, I mean, he gets it. He's sort of like, you sort of have to give this, or lay the foundation for, Warner Brothers is one entity under the umbrella of AT&T, and Warner Brothers, that particular, sect, is not interested in this because they have other designs, other things that they're doing. But, it's a big corporation, and there's other, entities that can use it, kind of like, HBO Max and, Netflix is using it for their streaming. HBO Max could use it for their streaming, for his, for his narratives, whatever. So, he's just very specific in the interview that, yeah, Warner Brothers doesn't want this. So
I thought it was more interesting what Zach didn't say from his answer, and the things that he didn't say were, because I asked him, I was like, would this make you happier, or whatever? And he didn't say that. He didn't answer that. As he said, he just said, Warner Brothers won't let me. And he made it sound like he even said, I don't have the direct quote in front of me, but he had said, I don't know how to continue in that world. Right. So
yeah, he did.
Like, yeah, I would do it, but I have these, I'm at an impasse right now. And
yeah, right.
I don't know how to move forward because no one will let me. That's what I heard.
Right. Because they haven't presented a solution and say, hey, this is what you can do. You can take your, the characters here and do whatever. And they just, announced yesterday, was it yesterday? I think it was, about the Injustice cartoon. Yeah. And there was like a big uproar of like, oh, Superman's evil or there's an evil Superman in Zach's world or whatever. And then Warner Brothers is like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do an Injustice with an actual evil Superman. Mm-hmm. And it just seems a little hypocritical. It's the same thing with like, the Green Lantern, John Stewart. They're like, no, you can't use John Stewart because we're using John Stewart. Multiverse. Oh, wait a minute.
they don't even use John Stewart.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Did I mistook me for someone else?
The reasoning behind not wanting to use certain characters is just absolutely fascinating to me. When the Warner Brothers characters, like, people are so used to, I think, more with Warner Brothers than with Marvel to accepting and knowing that there are multiple iterations of these characters, because the animation unit puts out a new animated movie like at least once a year. There's like a different back, and we all understand. We're not confused. We're not stupid.
Yeah.
We know. They're like, but the people that need to be spoon-fed need to continue to be spoon-fed. It's like, what? I was remarking to my son yesterday, we had a stream last night about this very subject, and we talked about that other animated show, Crisis on Two Earths. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, you will never see that in live action. You'll never, even though it's rich, it's cool, it's interesting, it's fun. You will never see it in live action because these people are afraid that it's going to be too confusing and no one will like it and it won't make money and they won't be able to take that to their investors and for their quarterly meetings and say, hey, it's a big fear that they won't sort of go down that road. And even Marvel is trying to say, the multiverse, and Darkseid and Zack Snyder's Justice League was talking about the multiverse. So it's a concept that they're trying to bring into mainstream, but it's just like, they're trying to bring it in with, I'm assuming, people that are just like kicking and screaming, Like, no, please don't do it. If you do it, I'm trying to warn you, it's gonna blow up in your face. Like, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Have you guys discussed the storyboards for the 2 other Justice League sequels?
Oh yeah,
yeah, we read them.
We read them thematically.
Oh yeah, we did, and it was awesome.
I want to listen to that. I just thought that I don't know if you guys have discussed this, but I discussed this with my brother at great length. But I just found it absolutely fascinating that Warner Brothers had the opportunity to basically. I mean, have you guys thought about how Avengers Endgame and like the Justice League movie could have come out at the same time, and we could have seen Tony Stark and Batman both die in the same year?
Yeah, they both could have been like, I am Batman, and then I'm Iron Man. They could have snapped, and you're done in unison.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy.
These things can live in concert with each other. It's I mean, it's fine. People are fans of both genres, and it's just as long as there's a palette, as long as there are people who are willing to spend their good hard-earned money on these properties, whether it's Marvel or Invincible or even the Jupiter's
Legacy,
whatever it is.
Legacy.
Ascendancy, or DC. I mean, just give us. We're a society of consumers.
Yeah.
We're and dare I say we're a world of consumers in most regions. That just as long as you put it out there, it will be consumed by people. And not everything is going to hit. Not everything is going to be great, but that doesn't mean that you just pull back and stop.
Yeah, don't even try.
That's crazy because it's like Warner Brothers is throwing spaghetti at the wall right now.
Well, it's kind of like I don't know if you saw it's another superhero movie, fantastic movie, Blank Man, where they have it's with Damon Wayans and David Allen Greer.
Hey,
and
just cue up the scene. You just gotta show the scene because
you need to get it.
I don't have it. I think it's on YouTube. I'll get it. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
In the meantime, the pictures that I was just speaking about with Zack Snyder, I sent you a DM. It's in the 4NERDS thing. Also, Reese, shouts out to Reese in the chat. He did tag me in those pictures. Zack is out here doing his thing. It's on Associated Press is what he put it on, or where the pictures come from.
Well, and then also too, what Kirsten was kind of alluding to is that Justice League originally was going to come out November 2017. That's when it did come out, actually, the theatrical cut. And then Infinity War came out in April 2018. So if they would have followed the path, then you would have had the same elements that you saw in, Infinity War and an Endgame happen before they would have had a chance to put out their movie. So it begs the question, how would they have altered their storyline if they knew that DC was doing that? Because here you have time travel involved, you have characters dying, you have this, a reality where characters die off, and it's a much darker story at that. It was a very complex story, and I know a lot of people had a hard time with the idea that that Bruce and Lois would have had a relationship. In my opinion, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it actually would have been a more compelling story. It would have been a bigger plot twist and added more elements to the story. So I'm actually in my opinion, I'm in favor of that story because I think it'd be kind of cool. It's something different. Yeah. But I think that people were against it because it wasn't, it didn't follow. Oh, here's that scene right here.
All right, so this is Warner Brothers talking to David Allen Greer.
Listen, you can't get anything real. Just go to the board. The vice president and an alien have S&M sex. That's a great story.
Break the story.
I can't believe it's the first time I'm ever seeing that. And
Jason Alexander. I mean, it's a great movie. You should watch it. You should.
Blank Man's pretty good. It's good.
As soon as I have a TV on this.
Oh my god!
Yes.
She got robbed. She got robbed, y'all. Okay, so send your super chats to Kirsten Acuna.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. She got robbed, guys.
No, chill, y'all, because they will. This fandom, they'll say you'll look out your door in 2 days, and there'll be like 3 TVs out there.
Well, make sure it's a Samsung or a Sony, because unfortunately, that's all we can use in her area.
Samsung or Sony.
Kirsten, you are right. It's a 5-year time jump in both like storylines.
That's what kills me. Do you guys wonder? Because this keeps me up at night sometimes. I'm gonna be honest, because I just whatever. It keeps me up at night though, where I think about I'm like, how in depth, how weird should I get right now?
Hey, let's go.
Hey, go for it. Go for it. I stay up at night thinking about the same thing, so it's all good.
What?
Thinking about this as well. I'm trying to remember where I was going. No, it's wild. Oh, part of me just wonders, is Warner Brothers so against doing that? I think that like some of it, they say it's the fans, whatever. But I wonder if some of it is because they're like, shoot, people are going to realize if we release it, that like we basically could have had something very similar to Avengers.
Oh, of course.
We're going to look so silly.
Oh, well, what's interesting about that is how Jeff Johns was sort of instrumental in how Marvel got a lot of their story, because he was such good friends with Kevin Feige that he, just talking just like we do, when we, gab behind, behind the scenes, we just kind of let things out, let the cat out of the bag. I mean, he was instrumental in those whiteboards. Jeff Johns, Zach was right. He was like, hey, it was me, Jim Lee, and Jeff Johns all making, drawing it out. And Jeff Johns was the one writing the dialogue and all that. Dialogue. He was writing the story beats and all that. So, that's pretty much what it was. Let me see. First year fine. Okay. Got you. 5. I'm just now reading the private chat. Like, okay, gotcha.
5-year job. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Like, why are we talking about this?
I'm trying to find the storyboards right now, but they're really cool, and the fact that there was a story that was being fleshed out that had a lot of detail, a lot of elements.
Yeah, we almost
saw them. We almost were able to see.
That was the whole point of our trip, and I invited him because it was in Dallas, and I was like, I invited these guys, and I was like, let's set up this trip and let's do this thing, and they cut it off early because there were actually people that were that had also came in to go to Dallas. They took off time and everything, and they were taking, I think, their kids, and they were gonna, go to to see it, and they replaced it with Friends, the Friends set. So I was like, okay, well, we're not driving to Dallas to see the Friends set. So I was like, we'll do something else. So we did. We went to Six Flags, and we had a great time at Six Flags, which is also owned by Warner Brothers.
Yes,
which is also owned by Warner Brothers.
Where they've never utilized, I don't know what the Texas one is like, but I grew up going to the one in Jackson, and I felt like they just never utilized the DC characters enough. I was like, you can literally make your own. Like,
it could be like, okay, Looney Tunes for the kids, and then DC for everyone else.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much what it could. Oh, so yeah, here it is. Let me add this to the stream. Oh, this is.
There's me,
Andre.
That's me.
He's sinking them.
Right
there.
I nailed that one though.
Nailed it.
And then I fell a little short there.
He's gonna hit it. Watch.
I'm repping the 4NERDS shirt.
Not this one. Not this one. This one right here.
That's in
wait, not that one. Okay, maybe this one. That's it. Nothing but net.
Money. That was money.
Money. Okay.
That was the last one.
Hold on. We got one more shot. One more balls.
I like the epic music in the background.
That was a little short.
As you missed,
that was a little
short.
Okay, and this one, money. We did not win.
Anything?
She's like, no.
If I would have made the last shot, I would have won a one-room and hat, which
But he got a Wonder Woman tub of popcorn, which was a consolation. So
yes, there we go.
It was very good. There he is, Larry Bird.
No,
Larry Bird.
absolutely not.
Yes, thank you, Chubby. I have lots of skills on the court.
He said decent ball. Oh,
I mean, it's kind of like, he was just a special kid.
It's a lot farther away than you guys think. Okay, so when you're shooting that many threes,
but like I said the other day when we showed this video, Kirsten. So we're there, and he's like, he goes to do it. He pays the money to do the game. He's like, hey, mate, you want to record this? And I was like, yeah, I'll record it for sure. So
yeah. You don't have to tell me twice.
The way he said it was like, I'm about to go, like, what was it? I'm about to go 12 for 12. Let's go.
I started giving him my wallet, my keys.
Yeah,
like,
he had his wallet, his keys, his sunglasses. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't want to have any extra weight in my pockets.
Yeah,
he's like,
I mean,
he's all, you about to play 4 quarters?
Yeah.
It was kind of like Woody Harrelson and White Man Can't Jump. He was stretching and he was just getting ready. And then
that's 2 out of 12.
I respect that because I would have taken my hair, I would have put it in a ponytail. I would have been like,
you have to.
You gotta get in the.
You do. You have to prepare. I'm trying to find. There was a link to the storyboards where they're all colored in and look really nice.
Somebody did a really nice job on that. That was really good.
Let me see. I had it on here too. Oh, here I found it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Let me see. Here it is, right here. This
audio.
Is really well. Why do I want to share audio? Well, what is this? What's happening here? What's happening? Oh, wait.
There's storyboards.
I know that. Hold on. It's very confusing. Hold on. I'm trying to get to where it's full
got
screen.
These storyboards from Audible.
Audible. From my wife's Audible account.
It's read by Jeff Johns. And Walter Hamada.
I'm trying to figure out how to. There it is. Is that how you do it? No,
I don't know. It's on your.
Hey, look! While he does that, it's just ridiculous. Here, let's do this.
Yeah, when I'm ready, I'll let you guys know.
Put that up there, Ryan.
Gotcha.
So this is. This is Zach.
For me. No.
Ooh, man. Yeah. So he's like a model. You're right.
Look, you got the purple kicks. Look.
Yeah. What are those, Mochas? No, that's Adidas.
Adidas, man. Yeah. So I'm guessing, I guess, obviously the vehicle he's leaning on is practical. A couple of those barrels back there, but like the background.
Actually, the vehicle could have just. I mean, to be honest with you, Andre. I'm always used to correcting Andre. Anthony, that actually could be like just a green block that he's laying against. Because it could just be a CG car. Because I mean, look at all the detail on that. And go back real quick. The backdrop is pretty much, if you look at it, the backdrop is pretty much the same. Okay, go to the next photo.
Yep.
Yeah, so right there, so the vehicle would actually have to be where the camera is right now. If you look at it, the vehicle would be right in front of Zach. Yeah. So it was just something that it's just something that they used for him to lean on or touch or whatever. I'm sure that this whole sound stage has nothing there. There's no barrels. There's nothing.
Mm-hmm. And then bam. Yo, somebody put him. Somebody, I can't find it. Anybody in the chat, if you know where it is, send it to me. There's a picture somebody added the Joker.
Okay, so there's the vehicle.
The Joker sitting next to him.
And so they didn't move it.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. Look at him.
Wait.
The pocket.
What do you mean the car?
That's the same car. They just moved it back in the shot to put it in this shot. It's a CG. It's a CG model. They can move it wherever.
Wow, that looks so real.
I'm like going on to AP Images right now to see if I can find.
Yeah, it's that's what it's on. Yeah, Associated Press. But so is that's what he had on during your interview with him? Like that's
what he wore.
Yeah. So that's
purple shoes.
The same day. So I guess they let him on there to do the interview and the pictures and all that. So
that was probably right after your interview. He was like, "Oh, you know what? This was such a good interview. I'm gonna go take some modeling photos. Let's go."
Like I said, with this
you
one,
could have asked him about his purple kicks, but he had no idea.
I don't
know. She didn't know.
I don't know if he had those. I don't think he had those shoes on when I spoke to him.
Oh, really?
Did you see his feet?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. There, I think I do a shot where I can see his feet at the very. I mean, I don't even find it right now.
Like in Kirsten's shot, it's barefooted. CG shoes, like what? Like those weren't even out yet. Kind of like Back to the Future 2.
Yeah, for real.
He's rocking like Birkenstocks.
Yeah. $2,000 pair of Adidas. He's like, yo, they'll come out next summer.
He's just rocking Crocs, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, hey, yeah, nah, but yeah, I thought, but like I said in the chat, if you guys can find that picture, somebody edited this picture of him sitting like this, and they put Joker right beside him. You know, Joker's doing the other pose that Zach did to him.
Yeah,
they edited them together. It looks fire. It's fire.
Oh, nice. Okay,
I probably should have saved it, but
you probably should have.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna switch, and Andre, it's your turn. Andre, go ahead, Andre.
So these are the storyboards that, and now they've been fully colored, and they look amazing. And there's a picture of the plaque of the museum that we didn't get a chance to go to because Ryan.
That's one thing we didn't see. Yes.
Yeah, Ryan got the wrong information, so he screwed that up.
I didn't get the wrong information.
But no, I mean this is Justice League 2 and 2A, which that was interesting as well. How it has a 2 and a 2A.
Oh, because it's a multiverse. Damn it.
But see, with this one, you can zoom in on it. Well, kind of. You can zoom in, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Can I go even more than that? Oh, I can. Wow.
Ooh.
So here you can read everything. It's also been it's been typed out so you can read every single word.
Because we were reading Jeff John's Chicken Scratch, and that
it was hard.
Yeah.
But one of the things
a little tough. I've seen I've seen a photo that I've been sent, and I was like, you know, trying to zoom in, like, what is that?
Well, this is the biggest part. Well, I mean, there's a lot of cool twists and turns in this story, but I loved how when it starts off, it says, rather, Justice League 2 would be a very grounded, personal, and character-driven film that would follow Justice League both together and separately as they mend old wounds on the road to becoming better and stronger heroes. While Lex Luthor recruits a league of his own made up of revenge-driven villains introduced in the heroes' solo films. So Dr. Moreau, who was in Wonder Woman, and then you have Leonard Snart, who would have been in The Flash, which we never got to see that movie. Orm and Black Manta as well. So you had these, and the Riddler, which would have been in Batman's movie. Now, that I think is interesting in itself because we know now that in Matt Reeves' The Batman, the Riddler is the villain. So obviously they took that script that they had and they said, okay, well, let's just take elements of that and then, you know, we can kind of rework it. But I think it's not a coincidence that the Riddler is the villain in Matt Reeves' The Batman. And also he was going to be the villain in Ben Affleck's Batman as well. Because, I mean,
it's interesting. I'll just say, like, because it's easy to say, oh yeah, they probably borrowed that and took it. But I am interested to know if maybe Matt Reeves just really wanted to do Riddler. You know, like
it's possible.
One of his, it could just be a complete coincidence. But yeah, I thought that was fascinating as well.
It could have been, yeah.
These were the two graphs that stuck out to me the most when I saw this, when I was reading through this. The one that you just read, and then the one underneath it, where like Empire Strikes Back and the last Harry Potter films, Justice League 2 would end with a cliffhanger, revealing only at the end of the film Lex and his league are connected to Darkseid. Then flash forwarding 5 years into the future, where Darkseid has taken Earth. That was the part that I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and another thing we've always said, and we said this when we read this the other day, and now is that he still has whiteboards that he is not willing to share because he's not completely given up. He hasn't thrown in the towel. And a lot of people, a lot of fans, unfortunately, have. They've thrown in there like, oh, we're not going to get it. There's no, you don't know. You never know what could happen or what sort of, turn of events. Nobody could have predicted, the Discovery thing happening.
I was going to just jump in to say, I think that's partially why, going back to what Zach had said to me, I think that's why he's so neutral in saying like, oh no, I've left the superhero genre behind and now I'm full in on zombies. He was very careful not say that. He was just like, I don't know how to move forward.
Yeah.
And
he does try to keep it very sort of in the middle, you know, very, very even-handed, you know, and he doesn't want to give away too much. He doesn't want to, and he doesn't really speak too much on like, you know, how it, like he doesn't, like, you know, how some people like, you know, just sort of, you know, go nuts when they get emotional. You know, they just start saying, you know, popping up at the mouth and all that, and saying maybe things that they shouldn't say or whatever.
Ryan does.
Okay. So, I know what you mean. Shut up. So I know what you're talking about. Sorry, it was an inside joke from when he was over here. So, goofball. So anyway, what's up, Kinky? But anyway, so yeah, I mean, you know, you never know, and that's that. I guess that's the lesson learned from the Snyder Cut is that, you know, we got something. Okay,
yeah,
we got something, you know, that we didn't think that we were going to get. I thought we were going to get it, but later. I thought, like, you know, maybe kind of like the Donner Cut, we were going to get it years down the line. You know, when it was, you know, quote unquote obsolete, not important. And the interesting thing here is that, you know, like I said, it was 5 years later. Well, you know, here we are, 5 years later, you know, from Justice League to now, and they could just shoot episode 2, you know, or Justice League 2 rather, 5 years later, and it's an actual 5 years later. They're not sort of doing the, you know, the Back to the Future where they would have shot part 2, part 3 already, and we would have already seen it in theaters, and we'd be moved on to something else, you know, and having those, you know, on our shelves. But yeah, no, these are. Whoever colored these, you know, did a fantastic job.
Yeah, they look great.
And also in the initial concepts, I mean, that's Hal Jordan. That's clearly Hal Jordan. And also, well, and then also back here is Will Smith's Deadshot. He was supposed to be part of the Nightmare movie, which was Justice League Part 2, or maybe Part 3, I forgot how it's worked out here, or 2A. So in that Nightmare sequence, you would have seen Will Smith's character, which made a lot of sense, because that's where it would have connected back to Suicide Squad. Like, oh, perfect, he's part of that universe. That's right, he would be there, and it even shows how, you know, how he later dies in the future by the hands of Superman. So it's just really, really cool, and this is just the storyboards they had for the entire arc. We're not even talking about the individual. You know, because they had to do treatments. You know, later on they would do scripts and more details of stories. Sure. So there was just so much going on. And
one thing that they
just
haven't done, which you kind of touched upon, was Will Smith. They, you know, in not David Ayer, in James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie coming out, they made damn sure that they did not recast his character. You know, they just sort of put him to the side because they haven't fully. It's kind of like, you know, they're sort of on that line where they're sort of tiptoeing, you know, I'm in, I'm out, you know, it's, you know, you don't really know where they are, you know, and so they haven't really done anything completely solid other than the new Batman movie with Pattinson. They, you know, they made that pretty solid, what they're doing with that. But, you know, concerning Will Smith, they haven't really done anything yet. And I don't know if he's still under contract or if that's lapsed or what, but the whole thing was like, it was supposed to involve him, his wife, and his son. His son was supposed to be Static Shock. That's changed, I believe. And then his wife was in Gotham.
There it is. And this one would have ended with the child becoming Batman. The child. Which I thought was a cool idea. Ryan is on the fence about it, but that goes to show you, though, it was still. This is just the initial idea they had. And this was like the pitch.
That's why the newer Batman movie doesn't surprise me then, because it probably would have naturally have led into a movie like The Batman or something, because you would have had that baby Batman, right? And then the next movie, fast forwarded in time, and then it would have been him, and then, you know, now we have what we have.
And his range of motion is not very good. I mean, he can only go like this.
Yeah, he's like,
oh. He needs to be able to go like this and up here, because, you know, it's.
Oh, so
he's like, Alfred, what if they attack me up here?
That's like very famous Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It was really cool, though. And these are all drawn by Jim Lee as well.
Yeah,
see, illustrations, Jim Lee. Lettering by Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
And that was the worst part because you couldn't read them very well. His handwriting was awful.
He's not a
He couldn't even do that right. No, I'm kidding.
He's a good storyteller, but not a good letterer as far as like comic book stories go. So because they don't translate the same as on the big screen. So, but yeah, so that's that. And then Anthony found. Let me see, where am I? Anthony found the picture he was looking for, and I'll bring that up.
Fear Jason.
Thanks to Fear Jason. With Jared Leto sitting on, or right next to, rather, Zack Snyder.
Well, cool.
You have it? Entire screen? No, hold on. I had it. Hold on. Let me go back to. Oh, okay. Here, let me click that and then go here and then share it.
Well, as he's pulling that up, real quick, I just want I know that your time is a bit limited with us, so I want to ask you the merger that took place between Warner Media and Discovery. I mean, that was pretty big news. That's a great picture. Look at that. What was your take on the merger, and what do you think it means for the future of HBO Max at this point?
Yeah,
Discover Brothers.
Well, I was kind of wondering
time.
If change the name of things at all. So this is really funny because I didn't have internet until Tuesday. I set it up
because of the thieves. Oh, because of the thieves.
Oh yes.
They stole your modem and router.
Thieves. No, for those who tuned in later, I moved into a new apartment over the weekend, so I've been just settling in and setting everything up. But I had people messaging me Monday, and they're like, "Kirsten, what do you think this means for the Snyder Cut and stuff?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What do I think? What means?" Because I was still.
You didn't know.
And so then I saw the story. And I was like, oh, let me read this and catch up. And I was just like, whoa. And my first thought was, I don't know if I've been under a rock, but like, I know Discovery is like I had a friend who worked at Discovery, but I've never thought of like Discovery being big enough to, for someone to say, yeah, we're going to merge with like Warner Media. And then like if someone told me, those two were combining, and then the CEO of Discovery was going to be taking over both of those companies, I would have been like, what? Like that would be go hard at all, right? Like in mind, you would go, oh, well, by default, like the Warner Media person would be. And I think that goes to tell you, like, maybe the folks at AT&T are not, like, in this, I don't have any knowledge off of. I'm just speaking on, what I'm thinking. I have to imagine that the folks at AT&T are like, I don't know if we're happy with how they're handling their properties, and that's why they're putting someone from Discovery in charge then. And it does make me interested because people were like, what do you think this means going forward? And I mean, for right now, I don't know. And what does it mean for HBO Max? That's a very interesting question that maybe I'll have a better answer to next week because maybe I'm have a meeting with some people tomorrow where I will get some insight,
there we go.
Right? So I feel like that's all I can say because I don't want to.
Oh yeah, no, I mean we don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah, tell us everything. We're off the air now. You're fine now.
Yeah, we're off the air.
Well, I think the immediate thing that it means for HBO Max, sorry, this is the boring answer, but it means that all the Discovery content is going to go on there. I have wondered, like, is Discovery Plus going to be no more? Is that just going to be rolled into HBO Max as another channel?
They're going to allow for both things to exist, and like if you subscribe to one, you get the other, and vice versa.
It's like a multiverse.
Well, it works like that with like with Disney Plus because like they Disney owns ESPN, so it's the same thing. So you get Disney Plus, you get ESPN Plus, you get I don't know why they would do it any differently.
I mean, I would think eventually they're going to combine them together, probably on HBO Max, and then your Discovery Plus account becomes an HBO Max account, or gives you access to it. But to have that content from Discovery and also adding that to the already gigantic library that HBO Max has, I mean, it would be a pretty formidable streaming service with a ton of content. I mean, we're talking about HGTV, Food Network, and all the other channels they own, along with everything that Warner and HBO Max has. I mean, that's a lot with all the DC content, the Cartoon Network content. I mean, it would be really, really good.
Let me tell you that the fact that they have Cinemax on there, I was like, okay, because no one had Cinemax before they had HBO Max. I'm just saying, like, I don't think anyone was watching Warrior. I just like to plug Warrior whenever I can because I think it's an amazing show, and I was so happy when people watched it on HBO Max. So,
see. Well, let me see. So tomorrow you have something big that you're announcing on your platform.
No.
Or you're having an interview.
No.
No. I'm just like, when can people expect to hear from you? As far as like this big, huge, gigantic thing.
Deal.
Blowing it up to sound like chair thing. No, I'm just saying, like, sometimes I just grab coffees with people, and I do that sort of thing. So
nice.
So Zack Snyder drinks coffee. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Kirsten Acuna, breaking news. Now, Reese 75 has a great comment, and it's a great prediction for the new name for the company, which is, you want to pull it up, Ryan? Come on, Ryan. There we go. HBO Discovery Max Plus Ultra.
Ultra?
But
sign me up.
For $24.99, you get the Plus Ultra.
You get the Plus
for $9.99, you only get HBO Discovery, and then for $20 a month, you get Max.
And for $25, you Plus Ultra.
The Plus Ultra.
Wow.
You get 4K. Like, oh, come on, why?
No, what I will be doing either tonight or tomorrow, because I did have some other video with for my interview with Snyder that I hadn't dropped, and it's not going to be that Suicide Squad thing. I think that I teased you because I just feel like I feel like people are gonna like take it out of context or something. They're gonna be like,
that would be a fire statement.
They're gonna be like, you're an idiot. Like there was another Suicide Squad movie, and I'm like, I'm aware that's not the comparison. I already saw people like make that comparison when I said something about like how this movie kind of felt like. Oh, I said that Zach kind of beat Warner Brothers to the punch with the Suicide Squad by like making the Suicide Squad but with zombies, and I was talking about this like. Obviously, I know that there was another Suicide Squad movie in 2016. I sat there and I watched it, and I like to pretend that it didn't exist, So, I don't know. I just feel like people are weird sometimes, so that might just be a thing.
People are always going to be weird.
Never come across anyone being weird.
Not in Texas, I guess.
There are 2 clips of video that I have that I'll share between like today and. I don't know, maybe Monday or Tuesday. I'm technically like off years. Like, I know that I want to share them. So, and one deals with Zach discussing, I already put this article up. I'm trying to remember, because it was like a few days ago. One should be him discussing, I believe, a bit on the sequels. I don't remember if that's the part that I clipped out where he doesn't say like too much there, but and then the second one, hold on, let me refresh my memory. I'm just bringing up my author page.
You can share a screen if you want. You want to share?
You can definitely share a screen.
Yeah, share a screen. Only we can see it, not the viewers. Oops. No, there we go.
I would have said I would put a clip maybe of the Suicide Squad thing, but I don't think I want to do that right now. Oh, so the one clip is Zach speaking about confirming that the Zombie King is not a leftover zombie from Dawn of the Dead, because I think people are going to have that question as they're watching. I don't know if that's a lot of a spoiler to say, but I don't really think that's
I don't think so. Yeah.
But I wanted to wait until the movie was out to release that little clip, and then I think we clipped. There was a part where I had Zach explain like why he decided to go the route of giving us sympathetic zombies, and Zach just like lit up and like. Went into like, he like actually wrote a zombie Bible with Jay Hatton. He told me that he has a zombie Bible.
Really?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to we're going to ask the Zombie King himself on June 10th. Richard Citrone will be on the 4NERDS, and he's going to talk about, he's going to give us all the exclusives. We're going to talk to him about his performance and the reception. And for what he's seen from his end, and then But before then, I'm sorry, June 3rd, we'll have Samantha Wynn, and we'll discuss all the craziness that happened in the movie concerning her character. So
she had a badass scene in that movie. Badass scene.
Yeah, badass.
She was one of my
Unfortunately, we
favorite.
can't talk about it.
Can I tell you guys that I'm going to speak with her next week? She
Nice.
Hey, there you go.
So without spoiling anything, what did you think about her scene in the movie?
What did I think about her scene?
Yes, you know the scene.
Yeah, this.
Oh gosh, well, I'm trying to like not be. I don't know how to give away spoilers right
If
now.
you try to do spoilers, this will happen.
Zeus will come for you.
I mean, I thought, as you already said, like, I thought that she was a badass. And that was why when it was actually like her publicist reached out to me and they're like, oh, do you want to like, I think she like saw some of my tweets or something. And I was like, oh my God. And I was just like, yeah, I want to talk. I was like, I want to talk about this scene and how you did like this. And then like,
she's like, oh, wait, off the record. I just wanted coffee.
Yeah.
She's like,
I'll just say like I got very upset with Garrett Dillahunt's character, and I love Garrett because he was in Fear the Walking Dead, and I was just like, Garrett, who are you in this movie?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so I guess we're all in agreement that scene is fire. That she.
Yeah. Great scene. I totally thought it was going to play out a little bit different.
That's what I thought. I didn't know how do you discuss this scene without giving away a spoiler? I don't.
You really can't. Right. I mean, you talking just elements of the scene. I mean, the glow stick scene is fire. It is such a good scene. Such a good scene.
Look at Anthony talking to Dawson.
No, that's
Anthony and Dawson. He's like
dynamite.
Not to tell you again. I'll beat the shit out of you.
God, so violent, Anthony.
Well, okay, when Anthony's drinking, he gets protective, and I guess in that scene he was protecting us.
I don't know. And as Jesse Allen says, Army of the Dead drops in 6 hours on Netflix. You guys, if you get the chance, check it out. I believe that's midnight Pacific time.
That's waking up time, I reckon.
That's we're waking up time, I reckon. Jesse Allen, always from Australia.
Foster's.
Right. Oh God, I still have that. I gotta pour down the sink or something.
Just drink
I'm not drinking it.
Save it till we come back, man. See how fresh it is.
How fresh it is. Yeah, that'll be one of our.
Okay. So
Andre drinking on the air.
Kirsten, we're at his house, right? And he goes, we're like, did you have any alcohol? He's like, oh yeah, I got vodka. I got tons of it. And then we get back to his house, and he's got this little bit in a bottle. Oh, whoops! And then he's like, I have some liquor from Jamaica. He pulls all these bottles, and it's like Barefoot Winery, which is like in Modesto, California. I was like,
well, that's not. And was like, hey, here you can have them.
That's not from Jamaica. What are you talking about? Like,
so apparently they were imported to Jamaica.
He exported them back to the U.S.
Yeah. Zombie time, I reckon. In 4 or 5 hours. In Oz. Oh, that's how they say it.
He's an Aussie.
In Oz.
Yeah. But definitely, Kirsten, if you get the chance, definitely talk with Richard Citrone. He's such a good guy, and he's so open. He has so many stories to tell as well. Yes. He is probably one of the most easiest person to interview because he just like talks and it just he's awesome. So definitely, if you get a chance to definitely talk to him, he's amazing.
He definitely spills the beans, especially
he spills the beans.
It's recent. Awesome. It's like this. I guess don't drink Foster's then.
Yeah, I guess don't drink it. I don't know why they still have it. I mean, it should have gone the way of like what was it, Zima?
Zima. That's the good stuff.
He said no.
Oh no, 11 more hours? Ooh, that's half a day.
That sounds awful. I'm very sorry. Is it playing years for other countries? I feel like I should know this answer, and I'm asking you guys. But maybe you guys know.
No.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know, like what time. Yeah,
I just know China's going to watch it last.
And they'll pull in the most amount of views.
Yeah, they'll pull in the most views.
China's getting Fast 9 this week, so I think they're doing okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah.
And also, real quick, I know you got to go soon, but real quick, your take on a recent movie that came out on HBO Max, Mortal Kombat. Did you get a chance to see Mortal Kombat? Did you like it? I thought it was stupid. It was fun. It was fun action scenes, but the story was garbage.
They had some cool costumes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked the beginning and I liked the end.
Yes.
And the entire film. Let me just say.
So what you're saying is a shit sandwich.
It's just shit sandwich.
I really, I like all the fight scenes. I was there for fatalities and I was there for the music, and I got the music at the end of the movie, so I was satisfied. Like I didn't go in with high expectations. It was like
neither did I.
I don't think any of us did. I was just like, this should be fun.
Yeah, I was just.
I was specifically told by my kids to not watch it, and Andre was like, "No, you have to watch it." And I was like, "All right, fine, I'll watch it."
Did you watch it? He fell asleep.
I fell asleep. I haven't finished it, so I haven't seen the fire end. I fell asleep during the shit.
Yeah, if you would have watched the beginning, fell asleep, and then woke up at the end, perfect.
Yeah, that's a fire movie.
That's a great movie.
I reckon.
I felt the same way about it as I did Godzilla. I think people probably got what they came in for, you know? So
yeah.
But I like Godzilla more. So I guess.
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead, Anthony.
No, I was just. You had something else to say?
No, I was just playing around in my head. I was like, wait, did I like Godzilla better? And I was like, yeah, because Alexander Skarsgård was in it. So
yeah.
It was Godzilla versus Kong was enjoyable. I mean, it had flaws and
but it's Godzilla, a monster movie, so you're kind of just like whatever,
into the middle of the planet, and Kong was like, "Oh, that's easy. I can just go through the hole."
You destroyed my house.
Why every character that you talk now, it's Australian? It's Kong.
Yeah,
it's like Kong was like, "Oh,
it's Godzilla, I reckon."
I still say to this day that when they wrote that movie, they got them, they got Kong all the way into his home in Middle Earth, or whatever you want to call it. And then they said, oh shit, how do we get him back to fight Godzilla? I know Godzilla's gonna get mad and he'll blow a hole all the way to the center of the earth. Do it, film it. And there'll be no gravity properties that'll get in their way. They'll just come right out like, woo, let's go. Shut the heart,
Let's go.
That's the suspension of disbelief you had to have with that film, because I was like, can we just miss the part with the two monsters fighting? And then I was like, okay, we're good.
Yeah. It was a good fight too.
Well, Kirsten, I know you have to leave. I don't want to keep you. We've already kept you a little bit past when we were supposed to, but hey, we appreciate it. We love talking to you. Thank you so much for being on the show. And where can people follow you? We already put the Twitter. I can put that back up. That was in the chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kirsten, we really appreciate it. We know that you're still going through the moving process. We can see that you are, but we appreciate you taking the time out because, a lot of people probably wouldn't have been like, I'm moving. Yeah, we rescheduled it for next week, but you still came on with us, and we really appreciate it.
Definitely.
No, I enjoy speaking with you guys. This is fun. Yeah, that's my Twitter handle. That's probably the easiest place to follow me. It's just twitter.com/Kirsten Acuna, just my first last name. I'm not going to give you all my Instagram handle or whatever.
So you can follow me on Facebook.
I started deleting a bunch of my photos off Facebook. I rarely use Facebook. I only have it for work purposes at this point, but I don't even use that. So otherwise, you can find all my stories on insider.com/author/Kirsten-Acuna. But that sounds too complicated.
That's a lot of slashes.
Yeah, Reese says thanks for the TV, Kirsten, and for leaving the door unlocked.
No, we got him.
Call the authorities.
Came back to the scene of the crime.
No, I have the TV on.
Who does a curved TV?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on. You said that you watch everything with your brother. Did he come with you?
No.
Oh no!
No, it's sad. So not anymore. I guess I don't know. We're gonna have to find someone else. For me
I
to-
shouldn't have brought this up.
Yeah.
She's like,
Cracking
"I got it."
moves.
It's all good. I have to actually watch. I'll tell you guys. I have to watch Cruella tonight. So
Oh,
Cruella.
nice. You looking forward to it? Are you excited about it, or are you just?
I'm a big Disney person, so
Mhm.
I
So
wasn't
yeah,
really sure at first, honestly, but I've been hearing really good social buzz. But then one of my colleagues saw it yesterday and he told me that it's a little too long. I don't know. I'll just, I go in open-minded with everything.
Sure, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You never know it's fire until you see it. And then, it could turn out to be like, Mortal Kombat. So maybe it may be fire in the beginning. And
the parallels between Cruella and Mortal Kombat are going to be just stunning.
However I feel about that, my review will be up next Wednesday. So that's what I'm part of.
Okay,
all
cool.
right. Hey, yeah.
Nice,
We look forward to
nice.
it. We look
There we
forward to hearing about Cruella. And
Awesome. Kirsten Acuna, you guys, thank you so much for being here.
You're
And we'll
welcome
do it
back
again.
Anytime.
Anytime.
If you want to come back, you're.
I'll tell you guys about some cool stuff I'm doing next month, so that maybe
There we go.
we'll
We'll set it up.
Yeah,
keep us on the DL.
we'll do. All right. Take care,
Thank you
guys.
so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Well, that
Way
was
to go,
great.
Ryan. You ruined that. Oh, we're live.
Can't wait for the fatalities of Cruella. What the?
The Cruella Mortal Kombat
She's
connection is
killing-
what I was really
killing
interested in.
Dalmatians.
It's Dalmatian time, I reckon.
Oh my god. Fatality. Good dogs. That's
Gavin
awesome.
said Gavin said it's Dawson
Oh
too
my
cool.
God,
No. Dawson. He's
Somebody asked about Dawson?
He
Dawson's
said
on house
is
arrest.
Dawson too cool for you guys nowadays?
No.
No, he was on 4NERDS last week, so we asked him to not come on this week. No, he's on assignment.
He's more of a
on assignment.
reoccurring character.
We thought Kirsten was a really good substitute for Dawson. I didn't think anybody would notice.
She didn't wear the Nimble hat.
She with it.
The Nimble hat.
Bro, when we started talking about Army and when she said she walked out of the room with her at the first beginning because she didn't want to be sitting there with her mom while she's seeing the old zombie boobs. And that was Ryan was just like, yeah, and that's why Dawson didn't join us this week because he didn't want to discuss.
I mean, his wife was like, "What do you think about the boobs?" It was icky.
No, actually, when he saw the zombie boobs, he was like, "That's it."
That's it. He just threw his popcorn on the floor.
So he did it.
He's like, "I'm out."
Like a dealer, he's like,
Yeah, it's a wash. I gotta go.
Now, hey, real quick though, man, and all. I guess I can say all seriousness. So I caught some of your. Today I watched some of your stream from last night, Ryan. And, yeah. But so I just real quick, the Superman show. Not even interested.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, yeah, I do.
We can
Let
pull
me pull it up. Let's pull it up real quick.
Let's rewatch it live.
No. He probably has. You got the picture, the clip, the little.
I do have the pictures.
Yeah,
there we go. I do have the pictures. Hang on 1 second. They're mixed with Army of the Dead photos. Hang on.
And
So let me cycle through real quick. But yeah, so they have a slate of. Let me see. They have a slate. Here we go. Hold on.
There's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the comics that we all got from Dawson.
Books.
Yep. And
Many
then
leather
there's
bound
Andre
books.
in the comic shop, the Bedrock City.
That comic shop was fire. That
was badass.
That's one of the best ones I've ever been to in my entire life. Yeah.
And there's Anthony. He's checking out the Pops.
The Pops.
This was the other comic book shop that it took you guys to. A little bit more
I don't
vintage.
know what the hell I was doing.
You were looking something up on your phone, I guess, concerning a comic. I don't know. That's us at the theater, which are posted on all social media.
All forms of social media.
This is Mad Matt, myself, and Andre in front of the Joker ride at Six Flags. There's one person who is missing.
Yes, that would be me.
This is Andre and myself in the Batman ride. That ride sucked, but this was pretty cool.
I almost threw up on that ride. It was it just spins you around. I was like,
basically you're the Batarang. So
you're a Batarang.
Okay, so like for like the Batman ride, it's one of the oldest rides in Six Flags in Georgia. That ride is fire. That was one of the first rides where like you weren't sitting, like your feet dangled. Mm-hmm. I'll ride that one.
Yeah,
that shit they were on. It's like you're a Batarang, is what
you're
are.
a Batarang.
Yeah,
and the whole time I'm trying to like hang on to my lunch and not freak out. And Ryan's over here going, Alfred. Alfred.
This is the Wonder Woman ride.
Oh yeah.
And that one was the one that Anthony put up. He posted us riding this ride.
Yeah.
And that ride was fine. That ride was awesome. I love that ride. It's a great ride. Because your hand's free on this. I mean, it's just a strap that goes over your shoulders, and that's pretty much. And then the little lap bar, but that's it. And it was pretty nice. There we are again. We're about to ride. Oh, that plane ride that flips you upside down.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I thought the ride was stupid too. I was like, oh, this ride's gonna suck, and it was actually really good.
Yeah, it was a pretty good ride.
And we got stuck upside down for like a little while. And we were like,
Basically, it was it didn't have like a signature name. It was just like basically trying to
Daredevil.
Put you into like a I don't want to say kamikaze, but like like a warfighter plane. You know what I'm talking about? The way those things fly. Yeah.
Kind of like what was that?
Blitzkrieg.
Yeah. Yeah. This is us in front of Jim Lee's art.
I like the pic. This picture's fire. The one I got on my phone that we're all doing something stupid. We're not quite into position yet, so
somebody broke Deathstroke's sword. Remember?
Yeah, dude, look at it.
Somebody broke it.
He's all, I felt it earlier.
I felt it earlier. When you leave Anthony to his own devices, he starts touching things.
He starts investigating.
So, but that's a great artwork there from Jim Lee. So that's awesome. Okay, so this right here, number one, this is the Aquaman cartoon. Looks very Adventure Time-esque. Very. What is that? There's another
Rick and Morty.
What is it?
Not exactly Rick and Morty. Not exactly.
No. The other little kid.
But what is this though? Like, I don't get what this is.
It's an Aquaman cartoon.
Yeah.
It's called Throne of Atlantis. Oh, not that. It's called where is it? Throne of Atlantis. Anyway.
That's a good one. How many damn photos do you have? Okay, here it is.
My Adventures with Superman is the one you were talking about. Is that the one?
Why is it called that?
Well, it was actually called Superman Up and Away, and then they changed it to My Adventures with Superman. Mm-hmm. So that could either infer that it is Lois, her Adventures with Superman, or Clark's Adventures with Superman, because he's trying to like create this Superman persona. Yeah. So it's one of the two. I'm not sure which. But that's the artwork from it.
I'm not exactly not impressed. Look, not exactly going to call it stupid. I'm just going to say I'm not excited for it, and I am a Superman fan.
I would watch this over that.
Oh yes,
easily.
Yeah.
Well, this one you can't take seriously. I mean,
the only thing that this could do to get my attention is if it's like funny as ever. Other than that, it's I don't care about this kind of stuff. So there are other people who do like this type of genre or whatever, but this is just not for me.
No.
So, there's Zach. There's a zombie. Okay, Batgirl. So they announced again that they're going to do a Batgirl movie, and the directors, it's a duo, but the directors are the guys that did the latest Bad Boys movie. What are your takes on that, Andre and Anthony? Did you like Bad Boys for Life?
No. Actually, I haven't even seen it, but
how can you say that?
Well, no, that's why I said actually I haven't seen it yet. But no, I mean, to be honest, look, I mean, the fact that they would announce that, at the, I guess you could say they announced it at Warner Media up front, if not the day of. You know, I think that at the end of the day, this is just, they have two guys attached to a project and they announced this. There's no casting, there's no script, there's no nothing.
Well, okay,
this is just their way of saying, hey, look, we got Batgirl coming. Batgirl's on the way, everybody. Right. So we're up and away. My adventures with DC. You know, it's an extended.
My little Superman. My little Superman. But yeah, so I agree. I mean, you know, Christina Hodson created that. She's the one that did Bumblebee and Birds of Prey, and we all love Birds of Prey. And then also she, you know, is co-writer of the Flash movie that had to be rewritten at the end because you know, Ben Affleck had a lot of notes for him. So she's sort of like who they're going back to, and it's kind of scary because she's not the greatest of writers, and they're really leaning on her for this would be her third film. So this is sort of like her universe that she's penning. She's the one creating this stuff that you're seeing on screen. And
right.
And so far, I'm not thrilled about this this DCEU. So,
but I mean, and if you look at it big picture wise, okay, if you have Christina Hodson or you have Chris Terrio. Okay,
Chris Terrio, hands down.
Well, no, but my point is that if you are a studio who likes to be in control of what's happening, who's easier to control, Christina Hodson or Chris Terrio?
Well,
Chris Terrio will tell you to go
belt so that they can be told what to do instead of like
Chris Terrio will tell you to go fuck off, while Christina Hodson might say, "Okay, let's work with that.
I'll do it for a paycheck."
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I don't know her, you know. So, but I do think that. When it comes to Hollywood, someone like Chris Terrio would have much more pushback than a Christina Hodson, but that's just me.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of Maleficent? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Batman.
Is that how he's gonna look?
I hope not.
That's the cover art.
It's like Man-Bat.
I do not like.
I don't know.
No, I don't like the. It's no. But I mean, like you said, it's just the cover art. It was just for the drop, just for the announcement. So we'll see if it changes. If not, but the team they got working on it's fire. I think it might. I think it's probably going to be cool. I do. You know, it is though. In reality, it is what people have been saying since they announced it. Is that like, yo, Batman's going to get the dollars.
Batman is making fruit. Batman is printing money whenever they're in, like, whenever they have like a need for money, and they're like, "Hey, we're running out of money over here to create another Batman." You know, I mean, you have the Batman, you have what was that other series called? Batman the Animated Series. You know, The Adventures of Batman.
Lego Batman.
Lego Batman. You got
Lego Batman.
The other one, what was the animated Batman, CG Batman, Batman Beyond. You have what was it? Beyond the Bat? No, it wasn't. What was it? It wasn't Shadow of the Bat. It was There was another. It was a CG Batman. It had like Professor Pig in it and had some other things, but it didn't really last that long. But they always go back to, and the same thing with like a lot of the DC animated films are really Batman heavy. Because they just know that Batman's beware the Batman. That's one. Thank you, Reese.
Yeah.
Beware the Batman. So I mean, they always really rely and lean on Batman to bring in money. And it's not because Batman is their their best character or whatever. It's like Batman's a good character, but what you want to do is develop other characters so they can be on par with Batman and build your audience. Mm-hmm. And that's not what they're doing. They're just like, Batman. What do you think about Batman? Yeah, let's Batman again. Did you say Batman? Okay, Batman. And it's just Batman.
Yeah. I will be honest and say I'm looking forward to that a lot more than the Batgirl show, just because not to say I'm not a Batgirl fan, but with those types of things, you have to wait and see. This one right here, because of all of the creative names they put out there, it seems a little bit more fleshed out than Batgirl is. So there's a lot more pieces already in place for this Batman animated whatever than there is for the Batgirl. But they said it's coming to HBO Max, right? A movie for HBO Max.
The movie that's coming out is Injustice, and that should be
no. But with the Batgirl stuff, it's a movie, right?
Batgirl. I don't know if that's movies and HBO Max or just HBO Max.
I think it said a movie on HBO Max.
Okay, if there's an article, I'll pull it up.
Damn. The dogs are like, ah!
Yeah, it's HBO Max. It's HBO Max. Tell them, boys.
They my wife just got here and they ran by the door.
Yeah. They're like, screw Anthony. He gives us food.
Chill.
Is it Deadline or Hollywood Reporter? Which one? I think it's Hollywood Reporter.
Chill.
Yo, chill. Puff, give.
Oh shit.
Let's see. Okay, so
look at Joey. I thought it was Anthony's stomach.
Damn, chill, homie. Chill, Joey.
I need to eat.
Eat.
It's been 20 minutes. I need to eat a meal.
A meal for dinner.
A meal for dinner.
So here it is. Bad Boys for Life filmmakers, which I have to preface, I prefer Bad Boys 2. I think it's the best of the trilogy.
Oh, yeah, yes.
I think Bad Boys for Life was bad. I think Martin Lawrence was like really he needed the work.
He was a little fat.
Well, no, not his
appearance at all. He was a little round, and he did the best he could.
I just didn't like the movie.
His appearance didn't hurt it to me at all. To me, I think he's a little out of practice when it comes to acting. So yeah. I'll say that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I out of the three movies.
Oh yeah, Bad Boys 2.
Worst. Yeah. Bad Boys 2 is the best. I think Bad Boys, the first one is pretty fire. Yeah. But the last one was just kind of like Will Smith was just being nice to Martin Lawrence and coming back. I was like,
her name's not Christina, Joey. It's Kirsten.
Yeah. Kirsten.
Oh, I think he's playing. Okay.
He's all false advertising.
Well, we had to get you here somehow, and now that we got you, let's move forward.
You show up an hour later.
Yeah. You can't show up the second half and be like, hey, it's still, you still got to have your guest. She was hoarse after talking as much as we made her talk or had her talk. Let's see. Yeah, she
made her talk.
So, all right. Anyway, so the Batgirl movie project found its directors, or rather, in this case, who gives a shit? So Mr. Arby and Mr. Falla, the duo behind Bad Boys for Life, which wasn't as good as Bad Boys 2, have closed a deal to steer Warner Brothers DC feature.
Where'd you say that?
Guys, stick to the script.
Let's read the storyboards.
The daughter of Gotham City Police Commissioner James Gordon, as if you didn't know. Christina Hodson, who wrote Bumblebee, but not the Cybertronian, beginning, because that's what everybody loved about that movie, is in folds for screenwriting Birds of Prey and The Flash. We don't know anything about The Flash yet, so we don't know how good it is, but she's already done 2 movies for the genre. She printed a script. This was the script that was going to be done by Joss Whedon until he got removed from the project. And this plan is a movie for HBO Max. So right there, as Anthony said, this is not for the big screen. It's for HBO Max. What do you think about that, Andre?
I think it's a good move for HBO Max. I think that it adds content to a contentless, original content-less platform, which needs more original content. But at the end of the day, you're still missing the biggest one of them all, which is Zack Snyder's Justice League and continuing the Snyderverse. Yeah. You do that, I mean, you're going to have a lot of fans happy. Not only that, but they're going to continue to subscribe to HBO Max. Mm-hmm. May it be the $9.99 version like Hulu or the one I pay for now. But I'm sorry, I don't understand why they don't want to continue on with this universe. I mean, if they're in this business of making money, you would know that, hey, a guy like Zack Snyder, that's going to make you money. Yeah. So let's move on that. And maybe they still are. And maybe, with this new ownership, these new execs, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, we got to make this happen. So we don't know. But at the end of the day, look, kinky original content. But I think that the fact that it's on HBO Max is a good thing. It's interesting to see what the budget will be for that movie.
It's interesting. So Kristen Burr, who's gearing up for the release of Cruella, is producing. Barbara Gordon, we already backstory. Okay, she was in the Batman and Robin. Got it. Don't care about that. The project previously had Joss Whedon, there it is, on board as writer and director because she was already attached. I remember distinctly that Christina Hodson was attached to Batgirl. Hodson was attached to Batgirl back when Joss was bequeathed this property. So this will be the same story that Whedon was going to mess with. So I don't think they want people to know that. And there it is. Christina's spirit or script is crackling with spirit. With Batgirl, we hope to take the audience on a fun ride and see a different side of Gotham, said Burr. And I don't care. I would love for them to do like a deep dive into the psyche of a girl who becomes who has a Cape Crusader, I guess, or has a vigilante in the city. Her father is a high ranking police officer, who is not just a beat cop. And how is her life?
This one pisses me off. This one pisses me off about this whole Batgirl thing. Okay, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but fuck it, I don't care anymore. The idea is that you're going to have a Barbara Gordon already established in the Snyderverse. She was going to later become a Commissioner Gordon as she got older. But now, instead of saying, "Hey, look, let's go with that and build off of that universe," they're just going to make their own Batgirl story. And where does it connect to anything? I guess it doesn't matter anymore because it's a multiverse, right? Although it's not if you're Zack Snyder and you want to use Jon Stewart. So that's what pisses me off about this whole thing is that I want to see the Barbara Gordon that was going to be developed by Zack Snyder. That's what I want to see. That's connected to the Snyderverse. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see a Batgirl that has no connection to anything. I mean, will I watch it? Yeah, I'll probably end up watching it, but why aren't you giving the fans what they actually want to see? That it still boggles my mind. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, hey, I agree. Anthony, what are your thoughts so far? No, I agree.
It's bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, it's all bullshit.
all
of it, the entire thing. There's
what the fuck is that? There's so many damn pop-ups and shit on Hollywood Reporter. Come on now.
I mean,
you think that's bad? There's other websites where it just floods you.
If you want to get down to the nitty-gritty of all of it that came out yesterday,
the Prime Minister is having an alien having S&M sex for the coffee.
No, but if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty of all of that news that came out, it's all just I think the Batman animated series is the one that looks the most further along. So, but yeah, there's
sucks though because it's the furthest along, but all they gave you was one image and it was a poster tease. It wasn't, what the series is going to look like.
Yeah, but
like
they had. I guess I could say there was.
Oh, you talking about
Matt's comment?
You'll have a voice modifier.
Hey, she's like
in person.
She's like,
what do you think you're doing?
You're like, oh no, what have you done?
No, I'm not your daughter. I'm Batgirl, not Barbara. I am not crippled.
I mean, it is what it is. The movie's gonna come out. We're all gonna watch it because we're gonna watch it
because it's a DC property.
Yeah. I'm a DC fan.
You know what? Maybe they get fire with it. Maybe they get risky with it, and at the end of it,
I don't think so because it's like but you're gonna see a fun.
Are they gonna get risky with it? Are you serious right now?
I'm just saying maybe.
Of all the studios in the world,
I mean, Anthony,
this is the one that's like no risk.
They're gonna take the audience on the fun side of Gotham.
And then in the last 5 minutes, she gets a knock.
The last 5 minutes.
Last 5 minutes, a knock at her apartment door. She opens it. It's your boy, green-haired, fucking purple suit, paralyzed.
No, what they'll do is she'll open the door and it'll be an over-the-shoulder shot. You just see the Joker's hair and shoulder, and it'll go. That's it. it'll go roll credits. Like, oh my god, they wouldn't even show him.
That would be fire.
Was it Jared Leto? What Joker was it? We don't know.
Maybe
was
it Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
I just
Maybe it was Tom Welling and Joaquin Phoenix. Who's going to be in Matt Reeves' the Batman universe?
Oh no!
I'm
about to bounce you from the streaming and start talking mess.
What?
And he does. I mean, we can't do anything about it.
Can't do anything about it.
Might.
What's
up, Barcy?
We talked about the other ones. Barcy was good. The Batman and Batgirl. That's it. She's okay. So she's excited for it. So let's let Injustice Fire. Let's fucking go.
Look, I want to see it. I do want to see it. But it's such a contradiction because they're like, oh,
it's such a contradiction.
That's too violent. We can't do that with Zach. Oh, it's a cartoon. Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, cartoons you can be risky.
You could do it. I mean, they did
what we talked about last night on the on the stream on the Zeeverfett.
Yeah.
We talked like it's easier for the audience to accept, stuff like what you saw in Invincible. Yes, you kind of see it in The Boys. And some people like Dawson, he threw up after he saw all that stuff. He was in the can for like hours. After he saw that, it really affected him. I mean, you
should have seen his reaction to
I mean, he had to do a double shot, Tums and Pepto in the same night.
It's rough for poor Dawson. I mean, you should have seen his reaction when he told me about when he watched the Hallelujah scene in Watchmen.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. He passes out.
Yeah.
Yes, it is going to be animated.
Yes.
I don't know the style that they're going to go.
I would think that they would go with the animation style from the comics. Because I mean, I don't see them going full CG animation like the cutscenes in a video game, which still look fire. Like they still look good. Like they still look good in that game's like old.
Let's see. But yeah, no. So I mean, this one here with Batgirl, I'm the only thing I like about this article. I don't care about it. Let me take it off.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't. I want to see a live action Batgirl. Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's it. That's all I want to see. I want to see a live action Barbara Gordon.
I don't really care for Christina's take. I would love to see something grounded, something deep, like I said, something where, you have Batman, this vigilante, and you have, your father that's, the police commissioner or whatever. And like, how was your life growing up, in that environment, and what really made her decide to go on this journey? I'm not talking about like a fun side of whatever. You can have fun in the movie, but like what prompted her to create this other persona? So that would be cool. That would be interesting. I think that the movie we're going to get is going to be just light, fluffy, and nobody's going to care. She's just going to have a costume. She's going to run around and that's it. And she'll have a villain, and it'll be just cookie cutter, kind of as if you're watching. Dare I say it, a Marvel movie where you just have the hero. The hero's little, side journeys and side quests and things like that. You have a villain, which will probably be Sharon Stone, and she'll take you all through the end, and then she'll be defeated at the end, and Christina will ride off Batgirl, or Christina will have Batgirl ride off into the sunset or the moonlight on her bat, motorcycle or whatever, and that's what you're going to get. It's just going to be very bland, cookie cutter. Nobody's going to really.
I mean, who knows? Who knows what we're going to get? Especially Flash.
At least he's not directing it, but that doesn't
particular. But I don't think that's. Okay.
I just that's the only good thing.
Even with the Flash, I'm hearing that.
Have you read the script? Yeah. He's like, real full details. I think. Yeah.
But what's going to happen is
that the cookie cutter.
We're going to wake up one day and we're going to see on Twitter, it's going to be like a casting announcement for Batgirl. It'll say something like Kyle Chandler has been cast as Commissioner Gordon. Now, Kyle Chandler was the actor from Friday Night Lights.
Chandler Bing?
No. I knew you were going to say that. You're so stupid. This guy right here, I'll show you. Watch.
This is the same one you brought up before, which oh my God, no, it is. Who is this?
I'm saying like they'll cast someone like this, right? He was in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
But they'll cast someone like that and be like, oh yeah, he's gonna be our new Commissioner Gordon for Batgirl. And what's gonna happen? Immediately it's like they don't give a shit. It's not J.K. Simmons. It's not what's his face from Matt Reeves' Batman. So what's happening?
Yeah,
it's its own story, and I bet you that's exactly what's gonna happen all over again.
Because it's HBO Max only. And so they're just gonna be like, we're just gonna cast. We're gonna cast people who.
Look at Joey, dude.
You know what? It is. It will because it's the same writer. It's gonna connect to Birds of Prey, and so the big thing is that Batgirl's gonna come back and she's gonna say, "I want an egg sandwich," and so you're gonna have that's gonna be her journey, the hero's journey. Is a sandwich.
Kyle Chandler, the guy whose face but can't place him. Yeah, there you go. But that's what I'm saying. They're going to announce someone like that, and he's not a bad actor at all. He's not a bad actor, but it's like, okay, so where does this story lie? In what universe? Because they'll be like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Here it is. Multiverse. Come on, you got to be on board. You got to be on board, Andre. Multiverse.
I don't know. I was on board until they said, "Oh no, Jon Stewart! No, this is a one and done. We can't have this continued, Zach.
This is a travesty.
You're supposed to kind of nip this in the butt and wrap things up nice and neat. Huge nuts."
Oh well, guys, we're coming up on the 2 hour mark, and we would like to thank everybody for showing up, and especially for Dawson for not. So thank you so much, man. Check him out on Nerdy in Many Ways. He has some fire streams coming up. He's going to be reviewing some comic books. And we do miss not having Dawson around. It's a fun show, but it's not a fire show because he's just not here to join in and give his takes on all this stuff. So, but we will be back next week with another guest, and it's going to be another fire stream. Who do we have on board for next week, Andre?
Next week, it's gonna from Fandango. It's gonna be Eric Davis. He was recently on the Vodka stream, and he'll be on with us talking about Army of the Dead, talking about possibly Mortal Kombat, and possibly any other announcements that come from this merger from Warner Media and Discovery. So should be a really good show. Dawson is on assignment. Yes, he's on assignment.
If he can make it, if he can fit us into his schedule. All right. And so if you want, or if you can, or if you'd like, as well as Dawson, please follow us all on our respective social medias. You can find Nerdy in Many Ways, at Nimwa32 on Twitter, Zeeverfett, every single place you go, whether it's Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, whatever, it's Zeeverfett everywhere, baby. And ACS Universe for Anthony, you can find him on Twitter, 2279 ACS _. And the Nickatina Show, you can find him as well, Nickatina _show on Twitter. And again, thank you guys so much for coming out. We appreciate it. Again, we're gonna have Citrone on. We're gonna have Samantha on. We got some fire content coming up, guys. And
a special shout out to Kirsten for coming on the show. Yeah, she was great. She was fire.
So great. So fun to have her on and interact with her, and she can give us a little bit of the insight.
She got a little bit of something coming in the next week or two. So we'll wait and see what that is. She some coffee breaks, like she described.
And meanwhile, when I had Anthony and Andre at my house last weekend, and their door was shut, I could hear through the door.
I'm going to take a pillowcase and fill it full of bars of soap and beat the shit out of you.
It's true.
So that's the show, guys, and we'll see. Wait, what? Oh, that wasn't it. Damn it, that wasn't it either. Here it is, and we'll see you next time.